Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are a returner, hello, nice to see you again, thanks for coming back. If you are new here, go ahead and like and subscribe, that way you can join our little family. This video is going to be covering 10 easy tips that even I will be using in order to have a successful virtual semester. You might be wondering, why do I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this? Well, I am a Harvard student. So I think I got the whole student thing down pretty well. I feel like I'm a good student at least. And I'm also a peer advising fellow, so I already have to go through training and workshops to be able to help underclassmen have a happy and healthy Harvard experience. Part of that this year is helping them navigate this whole virtual world. So those are two reasons why I feel like I'm kind of qualified to give you all 10 easy steps on how to have a successful virtual semester. This video is going to be less than 15 minutes, so try to stay with me on this. We're going to be working on your attention span for when the school year actually starts. And with that, let's get into the first tip. First step, get ready for school. Think about what you do when you were actually going to school. You got out of bed. That's the most important part. Some people will go to school from their bed, and that's not a great thing because you want to have a separation of like the place where you rest and then the place where you log into Zoom to do school. So get out of bed. That's a great place to start. Brush your teeth, shower, at least put on a nice shirt. As you all can see, nice shirt, makeup done just for you all, hair nice, just because you want to be a little bit presentable for school, for camera, and give yourself that sense of normalcy even though things aren't normal. And you literally just have to take care of your top half. I'm out here wearing yoga pants. That's where you want to start for having a good virtual semester. Get ready for school. Step 2, find yourself a nice workspace. That means that you have like the physical area that you need for your paper, your laptop, whatever it is that you're using to get to school, and that you have the area that you need to work physically. And then the surrounding environment that you need is also important to your workspace. I'm working downstairs in my basement because I know it's where I will get the peace and the quiet that I personally need to have a successful school year. So that might mean that you have to move to a different place that doesn't get a lot of foot traffic, that doesn't have your mom, dad, sister, brother, whoever coming in where they can easily distract you. These are some of the things that you want to think about when you are creating what will be your classroom, because that's what this place is going to be. This workspace is your classroom, and you want to make sure that it is a place where you can academically succeed. Step 3 is just get your schedule together. You do not want to be that student that is consistently 2 minutes late to class because you couldn't find the Zoom information. What I personally am going to be doing is I'm going to be using Google Calendar, and I'm going to copy and paste the Zoom information into each of the blocks of classes that I have. That way, when I get my 5-minute, 10-minute notification from Google Calendar that Global Feminisms is starting, I can just click on the block, click on the link that I have in the description, and then I will be taken to my class. It's also nice just to be early if you can be, especially since it's not like you have to walk to class. A Google Calendar is also a nice way to make sure that you know what it is you're doing today. Personally, for me, I have seen that because of quarantine, all of the days get muddled together. Yesterday, I was saying that it was Sunday, and yesterday was Tuesday. How am I getting Tuesday and Sunday mixed up? I don't know, but it happened. So with your Google Calendar, you'll be able to see what classes you have, what meetings that you have scheduled. That way you don't just completely miss them because you weren't aware of what things you had going on for the day. Fourth step, be prepared for your classes. That means getting there on time, having your pencil and paper ready, or having your Google Docs open on the next tab. That way you can type your notes. Some classes also have students getting a tablet and a stylus. That way they can write in the class. That's mostly for math classes I've been seeing, at least at Harvard. So make sure that you have that hooked up, ready to go. Another part of coming to class prepared is making sure that you've done the pre-reading for the lecture, or you've answered the pre-lecture questions. That way you can be a good student that has whatever background knowledge or has already done whatever brainstorming that the professor has asked in order to have a effective lecture. Step 5, turn on your camera. You look good. Share that with your classmates. That's the main reason for this one. And then the not so important reason is because you want to be an active student. You want to make this feel as much as a classroom as you can. And also think about your professors. How would they feel? How does it feel to just look at your class and only see a black mirror? Because everyone has their camera off. That's not what a professor wants. On your side, how would you feel if you're ready for class, you have your camera turned on, and the professor has theirs turned off? You would be a little off-put by that, wouldn't you? You'd be like, what's going on? Because you would expect them to put their best foot forward and put their face forward. That way they can meet their class. Turning your camera on also forces you to pay attention to the class because you don't want to be seen with your eyes wandering or looking like you're about to doze off. You don't want to be that student. And having your camera on forces you to sit up, look at your camera, the screen, whatever your professor is sharing, and helps you to just be a better student. Step 6 is to be an active student. I already talked about it a little bit in the last step, but what does it mean to be an active student? It means that you are giving your full undivided attention to the professor and whatever it is that they are teaching about. So you might be asking questions. You might be answering some questions. You don't have to be right, just try. Because the worst thing, and this is the thing that I hated most about last virtual semester, I hated how the teacher would ask questions and then all the students just it was just frustrating. And as someone who is an active student that does answer a bunch of questions, you can only do that so many times before the professor asks, anyone but Jasmine. It hurt a little bit, but it also made me feel like, yes, I am being a good student because I'm the only one that's participating in the class. So try to be an active student. Answer questions, ask questions, and just be present in the class. Show that you are trying, because it is very easy to just sit there and say nothing. But at the same time, if you sit there and say nothing, hope that your professor is not the kind that will cold call, because some will do that, and you don't want to be caught not paying attention. Step 7 is to discipline yourself. You are going to be on Zoom for classes, and just one click away, just like boop, with your little mouse or your trackpad, whatever, is a tab that will open up the entire internet. You can go to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and you need to make sure that you are prioritizing whatever it is that you're learning over the instant gratification that is watching a cute video of like a dog on a swing set, whatever it is. So you're going to have to steel in yourself that you are going to work, you are going to school, you are going to put all of your focus onto whatever it is that's being taught. And that's difficult. But here's what's going to happen if you don't pay attention, if you don't discipline yourself. Here's what's going to happen. You are going to be sitting on your quiz, on your exam, whatever it is. You're going to be sitting there and you're going to be thinking, oh my God, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what this membrane protein is and what it does. What am I, let me think. This membrane protein, no, not the dog. This Membrane protein. No. I'm trying to remember what the membrane protein does. And you can't remember what the membrane protein does because you clicked away to go look at the dog in the swing set. That's what's going to happen if you don't discipline yourself. All you'll be able to remember is the dog in the swing set, and then you'll miss those 5 points on your exam. And you'll be like, dang it, I should have just stayed and listened in class. Another scenario that will happen if you don't discipline yourself. When it comes time just to do the homework, you won't be able to complete it in as short of a time as you would have had you just listened in the first place. You'll read the question and you'll think, oh, what is this? Well, I don't know what it is, so now I have to go back and look at the lecture video. If you had just listened the first time, you would have been able to go ahead and answer the question instead of having to go back and now spend twice as much time in class because you just didn't pay attention the first time. You still have to work even after class ends because it is so easy to spend 3 hours on YouTube or scrolling through Instagram. And then before you know it, the night is here and you haven't done any of your work. So you have to discipline yourself in knowing that work comes before play. Step 8, even while you are disciplining yourself, you need to give yourself breaks because you can't be staring at a screen for 12 straight hours. You don't want to do that to yourself. You want to give yourself time to maybe get off of Zoom, get off of your Google Docs or whatever it is that you're doing. Listen to music, exercise, go and take a walk around your house, but give yourself a break from school, from the screen. Make sure that these breaks are well deserved, that you have done something beforehand in order to earn these breaks. Be physically active. If you're having a virtual semester, you're about to be sitting for a long time, much more than you probably have ever sat before in your life. You're about to be very sedentary, not sedimentary, because sedimentary is a rock. You're about to be very sedentary. At Harvard, I live in the quad. The quad is 0.8 miles away from where all the classes are. So I can easily get in my 8,000 steps. I know when I come home, because when I'm looking at the health app on my phone, 8,000 steps average, and then I come home and it's 200 steps average. But I realized that. So I come home and I start running on the treadmill. That's personally what I do. Now, I'm not saying that you have to run 2 miles a day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying do something to be a little bit physically active. And that could mean that in between your classes, you're walking 10 times around the room. Maybe you're doing yoga. Maybe you're lifting a couple weights. You can go onto YouTube and find different fitness videos that you could do. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Just do a little bit of something to work out your body as much as you will be working out your brain this semester. Celebrate every little thing that you are accomplishing at this time. 2020 has been a rough year for a lot of people, but with this school year, you want to be optimistic and you want to be motivated. And a part of that is celebrating the little accomplishments that you make. That's all I've got, at least right now, for how to plan for a successful virtual semester. School for me starts September 2nd, so I have just a little bit more time to enjoy this summer. And with that, I'm gonna end the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw or if it helped you, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.